One of the reasons I like talking to Dave Helmuth is because he forces me to think in ways that probably I might not on my own. And a while back, as he and I were sitting talking, I asked him a question that I had asked some other worship leaders, and you might remember an earlier question like this that a few different people responded to. I said, I've heard people say, or heard someone say, that worship leaders should have tough skin and a tender heart. And when I asked Dave the question, he, in his inimitable way, just kind of flipped it all upside down and looks at it from a completely different perspective. Take a look.
I would like to see a worship leader with really thin skin and a heart set like a flint. I just flipped the question on you. So there was Pastor Bob said to me one time, in the hot waters of life, there's potatoes and there's eggs. Be a potato. Like the longer you're in the hot water, the longer you're in the hard things, get softer. Don't become a hard-boiled egg. I thought, well, isn't that interesting? Like you can see people they become an egg, like, and they're hard, and it's not good. So I get what you're saying. We need to be, oh man, one of my friends, I was griping about something that I was observing in a church, like texting him. And his response, it killed me in such a good way. He said, "Cue the unoffendable heart." And I was like, I'm such a jerk. And this is like a guy who's half my age, right? So I was like, wow, could I walk without being offendable? Is that possible? Can we walk that way? So the idea of having tough skin gets to that, because if to me, the problem with thin-skinned people is that they're not teachable. That's really the issue. Not that they're uber sensitive. There's a degree to that, but it's what do you do with that? Like, that really hurts me. It's fine. Like, that's okay. That's human. That's healthy. And don't ever tell me how to do my thing, or like what? No, why aren't you teachable? Like, it's okay. Like, be hurt, not offended. Don't take up this like no, that was not fair. Be like, ouch, man, that really hurt. God, is there truth in that? But then, and I love. I mean, tenderhearted is definitely, like, I'm all about that. That's so right on. But I don't want the other side of tenderness to be like flaky or soft, which is why I said the Flint piece. Like, I want to have this determination in me that no matter what, this is what I'm going for, and this is who I'm doing it for. And yet, I'm human, and so that hurts when you say that.
I'm challenged by Dave's concept here of having that thin skin, as he puts it, of remaining teachable and not taking offenses, not being offended by what somebody might say or do. That is such a prevalent idea in our society. Everybody seems to be offended by everything, and yet we shouldn't be. And I think Dave's right in saying it the way that he did. And then at the same time, to have that steadfastness that I am part of what God is doing and I'm going forward with him at all costs. I like the way he totally flipped the question. But let's bring it back to you. Are you teachable? And do you take offenses easily? And if those aren't in place, maybe you need to think about what needs to change, what needs to adjust in order to allow those things to be the way that God really wants them to be in your life. And at the same time, to have that steadfastness, that I'm in this for the long haul. I'm not going to be deterred by something that somebody says or does away from what God has called me to do. What do those mean for you in your life, and how is this video going to make a difference for you?
Brought to you by myworshipleadingcoach.com.
Helping you to be more fully equipped as a worship leader.